Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome back to my channel. Today, we're going to be talking about how I'm trying to balance my busy schedule and stay connected with my family and friends mostly, but stay connected. This is my struggle. So, ha ha ha. All right, we're starting this video right now. This is going to be our new thing. Every time I say so, we're going to put, let's say, I'm going to be broke because I need to stop doing this. We're going to put $1 in the jar. We're going to create a jar just for this channel. And at the end of each episode, the person that comments with the correct number of the word so in the video will receive the money from that particular episode. I guess we could do it like Cash App or something. I don't know. But anyway, we'll figure that part out. But let's talk about it. I am horrible at replying to text messages, replying to emails, and replying to voicemails. Let's just put it all out there, be transparent. I am horrible about doing those things, okay? So I'm going to be upfront about that right now, and we're going to talk about it because I I need help in that area myself. I told you guys I'm a work in progress, so I definitely need help in that area for myself. Time is a difficult animal for me. As you know, I have my own business, been in business now for 27 years. I love what I do. I love helping people start and grow their small businesses. I love helping people save tens of thousands of dollars in tax money. I love helping people build wealth, right? And with that, I spend a lot of hours in my office, probably more than I should after being in business for 27 years, but hey, it is what it is. I have brought in more staff. I probably need to bring in more professional staff like an accountant or a tax professional to replace me. That I have not done. I have some a very good support team, and I love them. And most of them have been with me a really long time, but there are some new faces. But anyway, my point is that I probably spend too much time working more than I need to. So with that being said, time is of the essence for me. There are 24 hours in a day. I do not sleep. I probably sleep somewhere between 4 to 6 hours a day. And that's mainly because I'll lay in the bed trying to fall asleep for a really long time, and I have difficulty falling asleep. So I will be in the bed on my iPad watching TV. And before you tell me that I should turn off the TV, put away the iPad, I will do that. If I do that too early when I'm not ready to fall asleep, I'll be laying in the bed for hours trying to count sheep, trying to do whatever it is you think you're supposed to do to go to sleep. And it still takes me hours to go. So I would prefer, if I'm going to be in the bed for a while trying to fall asleep, to be doing something, watching something. Also, I like to have the TV on because I like to have background noise. If I am in the bed, because I'm not the only person in my house and I have teenagers, so them moving around, doing the things that they do would wake me up throughout the night if I don't have some type of noise already going before I go to sleep. I literally will wake up if the TV, you know how like when you're watching something and it gets, I think it's Netflix and most of the apps, they do it mostly, but if after watching it for a little while, they'll ask, "Are you still there? Are you still watching?" And if you don't respond, they'll turn it off. That drives me absolutely batty. Dude, leave my TV on. I ain't asked you to turn it off. They got the option on there where you could put the sleep timer on. I didn't do that. So let my TV play. Like, why you keep bothering me? I don't understand. Anyway, so, oh, Lord Jesus, I'm going to be paying somebody $20 today. Anyway, I struggle with that. And that was one of the reasons why I wanted to discuss it today. So, let's start off with the challenges of a busy schedule. Time management struggles. Now, for me, because I don't sleep a lot or get a lot of hours of sleep, I usually wake up in the morning extremely tired. So I'm pressing my snooze button as much as I can. If I get up, let's say I get up an hour before I have to be at my desk. Usually I'll lay in the bed, do my Bible study, then I will get up, start to get dressed and go on to my desk. If if I'm able to get up earlier than that, I like at one point in my life after COVID, I started walking every day. Now, years ago, I used to run 3 miles a day, but that stopped years ago. Hence the battle of trying to lose weight, getting out of shape. But at this point, I would love to get back on my walking schedule. I would love to be able to get a good workout in the morning before I go to work. However, that does not usually happen because I am more pressed to get sleep than I am to do anything else. And as I'm getting older, the doctor has commented about how important sleep is and how I need to focus on that primarily. I try to get up at least an hour and a half, 2 hours before I have to be at my desk. But like I said, that usually doesn't happen. At that point, I will, if I do get up early enough, I'll go out, walk, come back, clean up, shower, get dressed, all that kind of stuff. I mentioned earlier that I do not have a long morning routine because I do the bare minimum with my hair being natural. And as you can see, it's newly braided. I mean, styled, I guess, because it's faux locks. Tell me what you think. I colored my hair and I added this as a protective style. I normally wear my hair out. I normally wear my hair out, and my morning routine is very simple. So that does not take a lot of time, but I usually, because I'm usually short on time, I'm usually trying to trim minutes from somewhere anyway so that I can hurry up and get to my desk. My first appointments are not before 11 a.m., so I have time to get there. I usually get up sometime between 9 and 10, which would, if I got up at 9, did my got dressed and went walking and did my Bible study while I'm walking, I would have plenty of time to get to the desk between 10 and 11, right? But I normally wake up closer to 10, or I'll wake up at 9 and snooze until about 10. At that point, I have to kind of rush because my Bible study usually takes about 20 to 30 minutes. So if I don't rush, I could end up being late because I'm just kind of chilling. Like, I feel like my body just kind of lays there when I first wake up to kind of wake up, to get up. I always have things on my mind that I need to do. Like, there's always a checklist in my head. So if I wake up thinking about something that I need to get done or that I haven't gotten done, because being out of the office with the surgery and all the medical appointments and all of that, I am really behind right now. So I'm playing catch up. So there's always something on my mind that I have to do. And usually that's what keeps me awake. All of the things that are going through my mind that I forgot to do, phone calls I forgot to make, people I did talk to, and I said I was going to call them back and didn't remember to do it because I got caught up in something else. I promise you, if you watched my vlog on ADHD, you know I said I feel that I do have ADHD. I've never been professionally diagnosed, but hearing about what the symptoms are, I do really feel like I have it because I can't keep my brain still. I'm constantly going from one thing to the next. And you see it when you're watching my videos. I will jump from one topic to another. Sometimes I'm able to come back easily, remember what I was talking about, but sometimes I'm trying to remember, what was I talking about? I'll say that. You've heard me say that a few times. With the brain aneurysm, I often wonder whether or not it has something to do with that, because the doctor was unable to tell me how long I've had it. I had the tests done. I can't remember which one they used to find it because I don't know all the tests. I know it's the MRIs, CAT scans, all that stuff. But whichever one they used to find it, they said I had one of those done about 5 years ago, but they weren't able to pull up the images. So the idea is that they they don't think it was there then because they feel like I would have been notified, even though I almost left the hospital when I was informed of it without them telling me. Go back and watch that video. So I, I feel I can't feel confident that it wasn't in that previous scan or whatever, because they might have let me walk out then without saying anything about it. Or maybe they didn't notice it. I don't know. But I feel like it's been there. It got there sometime in the last 5 years. And that's possible because with stress and all of the things that were going on with COVID, because COVID stressed me out for real. I don't know how y'all felt, but it stressed me out for real. And that's got to be a conversation for another day. But it did. And they said that stress is one of the ways that they develop. So I know I'm probably up to like at least five by now. Anyway, time management is one of my that's one of my negatives. You know how they ask you for um, to give them, if you're on the interview, they're like, no, let's skip that. Anyway, time management is always an issue for me. Like, I constantly feel myself buried under tasks messages, texts, you know, all types of communication. My office staff, they will check and monitor my emails at work and my personal emails, actually, and the communications, the texts and communications I have in the office. Now, my personal cell phone and my personal voicemail, those are the two that I have to monitor. And actually, let me tell you exactly how many I have at this point. So, as of this recording, I currently have 904 unread text messages. 904. This is actually more than it was. I mean, obviously more, because if I'm not looking at it and people are texting me, it's going to go up. But this is a lot more than it was earlier today. But there have been some things going on today and yesterday with my family where people are probably communicating about it. I'll look at it eventually. My voicemail, I currently have 356 voicemails. It's and that's been sitting there for a minute, but it's probably there because I it's probably full, really, to be honest with you, because it's been at that number all day. And I know I've missed 14 calls I missed today that I did not answer. So 14 calls I did not answer. I'm sure some of them got my voicemail. I have not called it to see if it's full. I might do that today or at some point today just so I can see. The I guess the best ways to handle time management, I know all of the things you're supposed to do: time blocking, prioritizing tasks, making sure you have a task list so that you know what to focus on. All those things are great. And I do those things. So I feel like if I didn't do them, they would actually be worse. But I do time blocking, even though my job, my business is not one where I can say, okay, this is going to take 30 minutes or this is going to take an hour. I can start a tax return and think it's going to be 30 minutes. And depending on how the client responds and communicates, it could take much longer, which is why, and we are very detailed in our services with our clients. So it's not like a place or a space where you kind of just drop your stuff off, they do it and transmit it. No, we communicate, we offer suggestions, we let you know of things we may notice that should be updated or changed or whatever. So those things can take time. So I can't just do time blocking and expect that it's going to solve everything because of the fact that there's no one way to do it. Like you have to just kind of get out there, feel it out, and get it done. Some tasks take less time, some tasks take longer. I'm sorry. Some tasks take longer, so I just do my best either way. What ends up happening now when I'm at my desk, I do not answer my phone. I keep my ringer off on do not disturb because I am in and out of meetings all day. And the last thing I want is to be in a meeting with the client and my phone is going off. So if people know me, they know to call my office during work hours. A lot of people don't. They use the cell phone because they just assume that you'll answer your cell phone. And I'm not doing that at work. I cannot get work done if I'm on my cell phone, unfortunately. With that in mind, I try to focus on what's important at that moment. And a lot of times that will require me missing calls and texts and emails. I would be interested in hearing what some of you guys do to handle that, because those are the idea of trying to manage it can be overwhelming for me, for people that are like me. The people that master it, from I would love some suggestions from you, because I believe there are a lot of people like me that are not handling these things in the way that we feel like they should be done, or that other people feel they should be done. I had a conversation recently with a friend, and we were talking about communication styles, because I was saying, for me, if I'm a friend, if I have friends, not if I have friends, for my friends, they know that they could text me and it could be a while before they hear from me. Now, if it's something really important or urgent, they know where I am usually, so they can reach out in other ways to reach me. But just texting me or calling me on my cell phone, they know that I take a long time to respond, just because of my availability. When I'm with family and friends, I'm not in my phone, I'm not in my computer, I'm engaging with them, whether we're just eating or sitting and watching TV or whatever it is. If I'm with my family, I'm not going to be rude and be on my phone. And don't take that, I'm not saying that anybody is rude by doing it, whatever they're doing, because it could be important business, it could be something that needs to be handled, or it could be the fact that you just like to be on your phone and your family knows that. But for me, I want to give my attention to my family, because if I'm in my phone, I just feel like I can't focus on anything else. Like reading, I can't read and listen to something else at the same time and absorb everything from both, right? Not at the same time. The Sorry, I was changing colors, so I'm trying to make sure I matched up. So this is 310, we're back on black. So I'm going to go there. I do try to set priorities for the things that are important. Unfortunately, I have spent a lot of time over the last few years letting people know to not use my cell phone as the first point of contact for me, because another thing, I'm not that person that walks around the house with my phone. So, like, let's say it's a weekend and I'm not working. I am, and I go downstairs to do something, or I'm cleaning, or whatever, because I'm always working on a project. It's very rare that I'm sitting around doing nothing. If I'm not doing anything, it's probably because I don't feel well or something else is going on. So I don't walk around the house with my phone. I don't take it with me from this room to that room. I don't have it clipped on my hip or put in a pocket. It's like sitting on a nightstand. And so people will call on the weekends. Actually, I don't even get a lot of calls on the weekends. That's the strange part about it. During the times when you would expect people to call and communicate with you, I don't get a lot of calls. But let's say I get some calls on the weekend and I'm downstairs, the phone is up here or whatever. I just don't have it with me all the time. It's not glued to me like it would be to like a teenager or something like that. Because they constantly, like the kids, I'll text one of them, and usually when I text my son, he responds almost immediately most of the time. And I noticed that with my niece as well. I mean, she does respond immediately. There has rarely been a time when I have texted her and she does not respond within a minute or two. My nephews, I have a bunch of nieces and nephews, but my nephews, that's suspect. One of my nephews, he does a lot of social media stuff and has his own channels and stuff. And he actually has coached me quite a bit on my stuff that I've worked on. He will respond if he's not if he has his phone, he will respond. He does play sports, so sometimes he'll be in practice, that kind of stuff, but he normally responds. But anyway, so prioritizing important stuff, I try to do that. Oh, some more diamonds. Navigating the expectations of my friends. Again, that's been difficult because most of my friends, they know how I am, but I do have some friends that expect a little bit more, and I just have to be honest with them about where I am, what I'm doing. Not where I am, what I'm doing as in like my itinerary, but where I am in life, where like that's not I'm not always going to respond quickly. I'm not always going to be answering my phone. If it's something that you really need, let me know. I'll be around. The response is usually difficult at first, but they usually get to a point where they understand, okay, this is just how Ria is. It's interesting because I do have a crew of best friends, and most of them, like I said before, have been my friends for years. 30 years, 35 years, 25 years, like for years. I've known them. Usually, when I make friends, they become friends for life. It's very rare that I have a relationship that ends in a way that period, because even if you don't talk to somebody every day, every month, every year, that doesn't mean they're not your friend anymore. It just means that you haven't talked in a while. And when you do talk, you'll catch up. And that's the funny thing, because you want to have quality communication, not talking every day on the phone about nothing. I don't have time to talk about nothing. Like, when I talk to my friends, I want my friends to feel valued, feel appreciated, because they are. And like, for some of them, that might mean wanting to talk to me every day, but I don't know. I don't know what to do in that situation, because as you grow older and have kids and families, relationships, things like that, your time gets limited for the outside things that you can do. And I don't want to limit myself to just one friend or one best friend or one close friend, because I don't have time to speak to people on the phone every day or whatever. I don't want to limit myself and my friendships because of outdated expectations. And I do understand the different needs of different people, and you try to accommodate that, but I have to also protect my peace and protect my sanity, and let people know up front, okay, this is what you can expect from me as your friend. I am usually the one that shows up when stuff happens. I am supportive. I am I try to motivate my friends. I try to help as much as I possibly can, but that will not always mean me sitting on the phone chit chatting, because that's not my thing. Again, the bound when you're discussing that, like letting your friends know what to expect from you, you're establishing your boundaries of how you expect things to go, or how they can expect things to go, right? And that's important, because that way everybody knows what's going on and nobody is disappointed, that kind of thing. What are your thoughts? Like, how do you feel about that same scenario? Like, do you talk to your friends every day? If so, do you have children? Are you married? What's your situation? Do you have a lot of free time? Tell me, like, share some information in the chat. Let me know. What's your work situation? How many hours do you work? I just, it's interesting also, because there are so many people that fit so much in their day. And I guess most of them work about 8 hours, maybe less. But I definitely do normally work more than that. And again, maybe that should change, but I don't see that even if it changed, I would be just sitting around on the telephone. So I got to figure that out because that's hard for me. And it might, none of my close girlfriends or none of my close friends have acknowledged that that is a problem for them. But at the same time, it could be something that maybe they have never discussed with me because they know how I am. So I that one didn't count because it didn't come out completely. I would wonder like how they feel about it. That should be something I should bring up in a conversation just to kind of see, okay, what are your thoughts when you call me and I don't answer, whatever the case may be. So I will, that's something I'm going to ask them and see if I can't get some answers for you guys the next time we talk about this topic. Because I feel like it's an interesting topic, but at the same time, I'm not the only one here. So, like, I really want to bite my tongue out. I don't really, but it's frustrating. I use that word, and really, that's not the only one that I use as a crutch because I'll say often, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? And I've been trying to stop saying that for a while because I always want to confirm that that I'm on the same page with someone, that they are clear in what I'm saying because people have communication issues. We say one thing, somebody hears another thing, and they never ask or discuss to make sure that they're on the same page. So I do that often. But the word so is, that one didn't count because I said that one on purpose. The word so doesn't count, is can be a crutch word. And I need to stop using it. I know I've been talking for a minute, so I'm not going to stay on here long. I do want to talk. I want to point out that when we're trying to maintain good friendships and communication and that kind of thing, we definitely want to, and I said something earlier about it, focus on the quality of our communication with our friends and family. Make sure that when you're having conversations, when you're doing things, that you're actually present. That's important because creating memories, creating memories, you want to create memories. My best friend's mom used to say that to me all the time. You want to create memories. So that is a fond memory for me, just having those conversations with her because she is no longer with us. So another way you can make sure to maintain strong relationships is by scheduling time with people to talk, to hang out, maybe whatever it is you like to do. For me, I like to socialize. I like to spend quality time with my friends. I'm not a big, like, I'm not the girl that's going, don't get it twisted. Back in the day, I used to want to bungee jump. I probably would have jumped out of a plane if we would have planned it as a group thing or something, but not now. And so that's not the type of stuff I'm going to do. I don't want to go hiking. I don't want to sit in the grass outside in the park. Like, I don't want to do none of that crap because, first of all, I don't like bugs. Second of all, hiking, it's just too much. We did that when I was a kid, and I didn't particularly care for it then. So I definitely don't care for it now that I'm grown and I don't have to do it. So, but I would love to schedule, and I caught that one too. I would love to schedule time to like go to brunch or go to a lounge and sit and socialize. You don't necessarily have to drink alcohol, but just have drinks, whether it's a sweet tea with extra lemon or wine or whatever it is people drink. To me, that's quality time. Just a space where you can sit and chat and catch up. Like, that's what I enjoy doing with my friends. Also, with your partner, like just going out with your partner, laughing, talking, having a good time. I know a lot of people don't do that regularly because, again, we have lives, we have kids, we have events, we have activities. I've been trying to get some of my friends from college together forever, and trying to do it is like pulling teeth because everybody has kids that they are dealing with, whether they're in high school, college, playing sports, or doing any other thing. It's hard to find time where everybody can get together. So planning time for stuff like that is a great way to make sure that you fit it in and that you spend the quality time you want to spend with the people that you love. I also kind of use like apps and things like that, apps and programs to schedule messaging and things like that. Let me know in the chat again what you're using, what you do to make sure that you maintain strong relationships with your family and friends. Give me your thoughts, your suggestions, or what's worked for you or what hasn't, like what you try to avoid. Are there things that you stay away from because they are counterproductive to what you're trying to do? But in any case, let me know your thoughts. I appreciate you guys for listening to me talk about balancing schedules in hectic, busy lives. And I also appreciate those of you that have shared comments and given advice based on your knowledge and expertise. If you like this video, make sure to give us a thumbs up, subscribe so that you can be notified when new videos come out, and also click the notifications bell. That way you will know as soon as they come out. In the chat, I would like, number one, whoever guesses the amount of time, or can tell us the amount of times I said the word so, not counting this one, in this video, they will get the kitty of money from my soul jar.